Good afternoon, my student. We are continuing with topic 3 of your work, and we start with factors to investigate in choosing a project. So factors of investigation are outlined below. Processing activities showing simplified flow charts indicating the whole materials and energy requirements. Comparative analysis of alternative process as well as justification for the chosen process. Secondly, farm size and product schedule. Consideration should be made on the availability of input and possibility of importation of raw materials, which consideration given to the startup and technology know-how. Machines and equipment. Specifications of machines and equipment needed and cost should be given, indicating rated capacity of each, source of supply, comparative analysis of alternatives. 3. Project location, stating the infrastructures and utility analysis, such as desirability of location, distance to raw materials, market, social amenities, and comparative analysis of alternatives. Also, project layouts showing building and facilities and cost implications, as well as types of supplementary utilities and other considerations such as access, road, and drainage. Furthermore, raw materials, their specification, rating, relating to physical, mechanical properties, as well as current and prospective costs of raw materials, its availability and steady supply and prospect for importation. Also, waste disposal explains the quantity of waste disposal method and cost comparison with other methods and whether it complies with legal requirements. 7. Environmental impact studies. This includes description of project location, description of project needs and processing technologies, and the impact of waste products and processing activities on the environment and how to mitigate them, its residual impact, and further studies. 8. Manpower requirements. This includes skilled, unskilled, technical, and managerial staff requirements, the training needs, assessments, and schedules, as well as proposed enumeration and fringe benefits. Also, this chapter contains questions on which the process of technical analysis must answer. Please read them, they will guide you. In a nutshell, a sound idea for a new product or service, if properly evaluated, is essential to the successful launch of a new venture. Note these factors because they will help you in investigating the chosen project you want to enter into. Step involved in preliminary screening. All projects has its uncertainties, which are expressed in form of assumptions that are valid and cannot be directly controlled. Assumptions can be the most critical factors in a development project, and many projects fail because of unrealistic assumptions or the failure to define, explain the assumption they are making. It is impossible for managers to control all the factors that can affect a project. The factor ranges from social, political, economical, physical, to other factors beyond the control of project manager. To have confidence in the design of a project, you must define at each level all the conditions necessary to reach the next level of objective, and these include 1. Hypothesis, which is prediction. They are internal. 2. Assumptions, which are external to the project. Both, if properly handled, will increase the probability of success. Developing projects involve important objectives and scarce resources. You must therefore examine whether a prediction is valid before starting the project. We also have to examine what we are assuming about factors outside our control that could be detrimental to achieving our objective. Furthermore, we have to identify as many critical assumptions as possible with the information at hand. This will make you to look more closely and definitely more specifically, e.g., in a rice production, adequate rainfall is needed. Project planner and manager need more guidance to know how much rain is required, the climatic record, the appropriate time and period when rain will fall. This will allow us to validate our assumptions and to know whether to continue the project or not, and to know the options available. How to go about analyzing absorption. Group the absorption by type. 1. The market factor, the cost factors, the financial factors, the political factor, etc. The technical factors, the cultural and social factor, the managerial factor, geological and climatic factors. Ask yourself, skeptics, and many others to describe the factors which could prevent the project from reaching its objective. Those questions beyond your control. These are the assumptions choosing for analysis will determine the type of feasibility study needed to investigate them. How do you choose the correct assumption out of the list of assumptions? There are 2 simple criteria suggested, and they are the importance of the assumption will determine how you choose them, the uncertainty. To begin, ask of each assumption whether it is essential for achieving project success. Ask yourself how the project designers are about the performance of the assumption. You ask yourself how the project designer are about the performance of the assumption. It is when assumptions are important and insufficiently understood that detailed investigation is desirable. What practical project designers need to know to have confidence in potential product? They need to know 1. If the proposed project will really achieve its objective. 2. How to improve the likelihood and level of its impact. 3. Whether there is a less expensive way to achieve the same result. 4. Whether after considering all things the benefit justify the cost. And 5. Will the project succeed? How can we make it to succeed? How can it be improved? Thank you. Good afternoon, my students. We are continuing with our lecture on ED 216, and we are in the last part of your topic 3, which is Christian Module 3, Section 3. We start with the effect of government policy and regulation on selected products. Government permits and licenses are needed to start a business, and they vary depending on the type of business one is setting up. Let us use Abuja as a case study. Catering service, restaurant, bottle or packaged drinking water, snacks bar, etc. and drug business needs NAFDAC license. Also in Abuja, Abuja Board of Education are the one that license business that concerns children, such as daycare centers and nurseries. Furthermore, Abuja Geographical Information Service (AGIS) handles land-related business. You see, whatever business one desire to dabble into, one need to be better informed on whether any business special license is required or not. It should be noted that you need proper registration before starting a business. E.g., you may not be able to start your business without NAFDAC license if you are into food, drug or cosmetic industry. Legal aspect of business on product selection. Introduction. There are different regulations for different products in Nigeria. Entrepreneurs need to consult either a lawyer or a technical service provider for guidance. Some common regulations to be met are listed below under Environmental Impact Reports and Certificates, NAFDAC registration and copyright and trademark law, etc. Environmental impact analysis. That's the first one. This concerns itself with the impact of the production on the immediate environment. For any identified negative effects, mitigation must be incorporated in the project implementation strategy. EIA must take account of the following: the socio-cultural factor, the social infrastructure, emissions, health risk and hazards, degradation and social structure, degradation of natural resources. Please go through your online manual for the comprehensive details. 2. Regulation and registration of foods and drugs. National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is the agency saddled with the responsibility of regulating foods and pharmaceutical products. Manufacturing, importation, advertisement, and distribution of in Nigeria under the provision of Decree 19 of 1993 and its accompanying guidelines. No food item can be imported, distributed, advertised, or sold unless it has been registered by NAFDAC. NAFDAC was established to protect and promote public health by ensuring 1. Wholesomeness, 2. Quality, 3. Safety of goods and drug consumed. In Nigeria, the aforementioned are achieved through the product registration and also through a prosecution and punishment of anybody that punishment of anybody that contravene NAFDAC code. The agency is not only active and more stringent in enforcing food law, but it is also active in the promotion and protection of local products, because any food item not registered by NAFDAC is not legally importable. NAFDAC general requirement. The minimum label requirement includes the name of the product must appear in bold letters. 2. There must be a complete location address of the manufacturers, which will include the country of origin. 3. The production batch number, date of manufacture, and expiry date must be indicated. 4. Net content specifying essential ingredients in metric weight for solid, semi-solid, creosotes, as well as the metric volume for liquid must be indicated. 5. Ingredients must be noted by their common name in the order of their prominence by weight, unless the food is standardized, in which case the label must include only those ingredients which the standard make optional. 6. Label must be in English or must have English translation. 6. NAFDAC registration must be included on the product label. Registration of product. Registration, vetting, and documenting for all import fees was increased in January 2003 to 750,000 naira.
Additionally, NAFDAC requires